Today on School Radio, we're joined by a local teacher, Ms. Smith, who will be talking to us about the use of apps in the classroom. Thank you for joining us today, Ms. Smith.
No problem. Thanks for inviting me.
Let's get right to it. Apps in the classroom. Where do you stand on the issue?
I love them. For me, they're an invaluable resource in the classroom. Of course, not every app out there will work for every teaching style, but once you find one that suits you, it can revolutionize the way you teach.
So, tell me a little more about the kind of apps you use in your classroom. Which have you found to be the best?
There are two in particular that I use most. The first is one I've only been using for a couple of months, but it's already indispensable. One of the biggest challenges is keeping students engaged and alert. Exercise is a good way to get the blood pumping a little and increase the flow of oxygen to their brains. This app has a great selection of dances, stretches, and breathing exercises that are less than 5 minutes each, so they don't take much time out of your lesson. I use them to ease the transition between topics.
Wow, that does sound useful. I still remember my days as a student, and I can assure you that I would have been extremely grateful to have something like that in the classroom. So, what about the other app?
The other is a note-taking app that lets you organize notes into neat categories for later use. I have a folder for each of my students. It helps me to keep track of their progress each semester. I use it almost every day, but it's been especially helpful when it comes to parent-teacher meetings. Instead of carrying a huge bundle of papers, I can simply locate a student's folder on the app and discuss their progress with the parents. It's a huge time saver.
I think everyone can get on board with that. Every teacher knows how it feels to be snowed under with work, so anything that saves some time is bound to be a big hit. Well, that's all we have time for today. Thanks again for speaking to me today, Ms. Smith. It's been very interesting.